Hello there, welcome back to Ireland, or in this case soon to be, well, Israel. So, we're going to go ahead here, as I said, create Israel, the Promised Land. Jerusalem and the Promised Land under Jewish control. The time is ripe for the creation of a new united monarchy named Israel, that great kingdom of ancient times in David and Solomon. Long-suffering Jewish people are finally in control of their own destiny again. No longer shall the Holy Land be torn asunder by warring Christian and Muslim lords. May this new kingdom usher in an era of peace and prosperity for the region. Long live Israel. So, I'm hereby in charge of Israel. It's actually a title. So we're going to make that primary. And I'm going to apparently make Prince Yasha here. It's elective, but to some extent that won't actually work anymore. And the reason is simple. The other one is titular. I can't actually change the laws, can I? Double kind seniority or ultimate. Oh, well, that is good to know. Both of them actually became well, elective. Ah, well, that is great. That means that Asher will keep on being the heir to both kingdoms. So that is great. We'll also go ahead and build the third temple. Cost me 1500 gold, but I'll get 500 prestige and 500 pieties. I guess I can live with that. Construction of a third temple will begin immediately on Temple Mount overlooking Jerusalem. The design of the new temple is greater in scope than even King Solomon's fabled first temple. The architects estimate that construction will take roughly 4 years. When it is finished, it will truly be a sight to see. People need to wait a little longer. So, we will be building the third temple, and probably not be doing too much in the meantime. Just make sure that we keep ourselves in control. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Crusade for Italy. His Holiness Pope Sicinius II is worried about the state of souls in the Kingdom of Italy. The leaders like King Chaim of Israel have no hope for salvation and will suffer the eternal fires unless they can be brought to Christ in this life. And Christians so willing is offered complete absolution of sins in the armed mission against the Jewish barbarians. 2 arms. So, kind of annoying. And there's a couple of reasons for this. First of all, the Pope has a little bit of land up here. I'll send this army to deal with that. We will most likely have to hire some ships, or yeah, I can't really hire a navy, so I'll have to rely on, well, people like this. 80 ships from Thrace, which is great, and we'll use that to ship our troops to the Papal lands here. They do have 4 counties as far as I know. So we'll be going after them and hopefully end the crusade early. We'll see how it goes. So, not surprisingly so far, the Grand Orders here have joined him. The Knights of Hospitaller, Knights of Calabatra, but that's actually all so far, and a couple of dukes. So considering that, I think that this war is probably already over, I dare say. I have my troops in ships here. I'm already on my way to assault the oldest city. So it's not like I'm in trouble. I think we will be able to solve this crusade very easily. As you can see, the crusade is already reaching its end. They haven't been able to siege anything. They are losing battles, and we also only have a couple of sieges left here. Once Lucca has fallen, I'm pretty sure that this is over. So, as you can see, the crusade here is failing. They took a trade post in Ravenna, and that's all they managed to do. That's all the Knights of Christendom managed to pull off before, well, the war ended, Unfortunately for them, I might say, but I'm happy with the current situation, so we'll go ahead here and force demands. And with this, the Catholic Church itself will become very weak, due to the fact they are going to lose 10% more authority for 20 years. I'll gain 10% more authority for 20 years, so basically sure here that we are in charge. Crusade for Italy fails. God, it seems, does not favor the Christian faithful after a string of setbacks and defeats. Pope Sicinius II has called off the crusade Italy against King Chaim. Pathetic. Indeed it is. So, I'll be marching 1 troop back down south here. Once again, I don't think we'll be doing too much conquest. We probably do a little bit, but I'll keep 12,000 man army up here, 50,000 man army in this area, and another army down here. Basically to spread them out and have control. We'll see how the construction of the 4th temple actually goes. And I think we'll actually do the grand tournament. I want to actually do Passover too. Didn't really know you couldn't do both. That's a little bit annoying, but it's perfectly fine. we'll keep on going and see if we can build the third temple. So, as you can see on the right here, I have basically just aimed at taking Syria and a couple of smaller counties. It has actually been an interesting wars. They've all been, well, very much one-sided. But that's not what I want to talk about. The third temple is complete. The first temple built by King Solomon was destroyed by the invading Babylonians. The second temple built under auspices from Cyrus the Great of Persia was raised by the Romans after a terrible siege. The third temple, however, built by great King Chaim, shall stand for all eternity. From its position on Temple Mount, the magnificent building has become a dominant feature of Jerusalem, instantly recognizable from far away by travelers approaching the city. Truly, Solomon himself will be moved to tears by the sight. It is beautiful. Apparently I didn't actually get anything else from that, it seems like. Restore the high priesthood. The office of Kohen Gadol, the high priest of Judaism, has been vacant since the destruction of the second temple at the hands of the Romans. Now that the third temple has been built, perhaps a new high priest should be appointed. Well, I agree to that. There's not been a Kohen Gadol, a high priest of Judaism, since the Romans destroyed the second temple roughly 1,000 years ago. At long last, this position has been filled, and the high priest is reconstituted. As Jewish priest of ancient time, the Kohen Gadol was traditionally required to be a descendant of Aaron, the older brother of Moses. Due to a lack of suitable candidate, this requirement has been waived, but new high priests still enjoys respect of Jewish religious communities and priesthood have moved into and established itself at the third temple. Long live Kohen Gadol. So, who became the Kohen Gadol? This guy, apparently. So, what can I use him for? I wonder. The Zealots. Third temple now stands tall in Temple Mount in Jerusalem, and several pious Jews has formed a new holy order, all of the ancient Zealots, to protect Judaism against its enemies. Just like the Jewish sect that is their namesake, these new Zealots will not shy away from violence against those they feel are deserving. Some within the Jewish religious community have accused the Zealots of taking their faith to extreme levels, but the ranks of this new order continue to swell as Jewish exiles returning to their promised land flock to the banner. The numbers now include everyone from educated peasants to veteran soldiers from Eastern European wars, and the defense of Judaism is welcome. So I did apparently get a holy order out of this. Let's see. Holy order. 7,700. That is a scary thing to have. Especially considering that I can raise quite a bit of troops already. So, seems like we're doing fairly fine. I can also donate gold to them. As you can see, gain piety. This will donate. Great King, your extremely generous donation will aid us greatly in our continued defense of Jerusalem, the third temple and Jewish faith. You have my friendship, as well as that of the priesthood. Remember Masada. So, did that actually give me a boost with people in general? Let's see here. Church view and charitable. Donate donations to Holy Order plus 10. Does that work on people in general? Doesn't really look like that, so well, can't complain. The third temple has been built and we have a Holy Order. Can't say I feel bad about how things are currently going. And also, as you can see, people are fighting a lot for me here. These guys, second Bohemian War for, well, area here. As you can see, they've taken at least Savoy. At the very least, they've also taken something up here, I'm pretty sure of. So, I'm pretty sure that my vassals will actually do most of the conquering for me from this point. I don't really have to focus too much on that myself. If break them down a blob, perhaps, but nothing more than that. Otherwise, they'll definitely be able to deal with, well, virtually anything on their own. So, I'll just keep on dealing with some of the, well, we'll see. See if any other interesting events pop up. If not, then we might just end the Let's Play here. Focus more on the achievement series, but we'll see. I'll give it a little bit of time. So, I haven't gotten anything interesting, but I have got another Independence War, as you can see here. So, I'll be fighting that, I guess, kicking, hopefully, their asses, and I guess that will be the end of the Let's Play. So, I'll allow time to more or less pause, and we'll see if there's anything interesting happening in the meantime. See how it goes. So, as you can see, I'm actually per definition losing the war, and the hilarious thing is, as you can see, occupation-wise, I haven't lost really that much. Everything that they take is between 5, 4, and all 375 and 745%, and everything I take barely, well, goes over 1. So, that means I'll have to start hunting down their armies and destroying them rather than, well, sieging their lands, which I would, in theory, should hurt quite a bit. So, I have some annoying things to deal with, but it should be fine. Just take a little bit longer than usual. We also have some Catholic zealots, or uprising, which also should be fine. But it'll take a little bit of time to fix everything, but as I said, hopefully I can solve this. We'll have to see how it goes. And of course, they are doing a war against my guys, which is a little bit annoying, but nothing I can't deal with. I have to go down there, kill off that army, just to make sure that I don't actually lose anything. But other than that, it should be fine. I'll simply have to slowly but surely fight my way upward, and it should be fairly easy to win the civil war in the end. We'll see how it actually ends up. As you can see, the war is still dragging on, and this thing started 3 years ago, so it's still quite annoying, especially with the occupation. They don't really have much. They have these 2 counties, they have 3 here, and that's about it, I think. But also, I'm starting to lose provinces. Italy has taken this one, for instance, and it's probably not the only thing I'll lose here. I can imagine that others will take the opportunity to try and chip at, well, some of the provinces here these guys tried. I do have a Sunni uprising down south. So basically here, as you can see, by having a very long empire, more or less, I do have an empire and it's ridiculously long. You put yourself at risk for losing both provinces and also stability with the amount of uprisings that you'll probably get. So I wouldn't actually advise doing things that I've done. I simply did it to create Israel, and I don't really care if I lose too many provinces. They are easy to get back and such, so it's not a horrible problem. It's annoying, sure, but it's not like I can't solve it per se. So this is probably going to be my last piece of advice here. Try to keep things under control. That is basically it. As long as you have things under control, you should be able to make something work. And well, as you can see, I am winning my war against the rebels here. I'm a little bit unsure if they actually have anything else. The problem is that list actually gets too long, so I need 11% more. Just a, well, 2, 3, 4, 5 country sieges, county sieges, or a couple of wars should be enough. So, a couple of battles, sorry, not wars. So I think this will be virtually done in just a couple of seconds, really, to be perfectly honest. You can see we're almost there. I think I'll hunt down the, well, to some extent bigger armies, because that will give me that little bit of war score that I need to actually end this. So we are getting closer. I'll just get to 100%, and once I have, I'll get back to you. There we go, the war is finally over. It didn't actually take that long, or as long as I expected. We also have beaten the Sunni rebels here. These guys have brought 7,000 people now, so it's starting to get a little bit scary, but that's perfectly fine. We're going to go ahead and enforce demands. As you can see, I only gain 50 prestige from this, but I will imprison every single person who wants a part of this. So my prison is pretty full. And as I said, there's 2 benefits to doing this. First of all, you're going to get rich. Every count that you capture is easily worth 70 gold. Every duke, 100 and something. So if you can't afford this or want to trade this due to money, I would advise doing so. Because you do earn a lot of cash from sieges, you do earn a lot of cash from the ransoms afterwards, but make sure that you can win. You will lose 1 or 2 provinces. I did lose Treviso here, but I think actually that's everything I lost during this war. I don't think anyone managed to actually snatch anything else. Doesn't really look like that, so that's nice. But yeah, I would advise on trying to keep things completely under control if you want to do this. And the only reason why I have these independent revolts are because of the fact that my people, or most of my vassals, are, as you know, my culture, my religion. And there's a very important thing. You should always try to do that. And the simple reason is, as long as they're part of your de jure kingdom, they can't actually, how should I put this? They can't actually start causing trouble for you, per se. Because they can't join the independence faction if they are same culture, same religion, and de jure servant. Basically, they need to be part of your de jure lands. In my case, Israel, and later on, Syria. No, Israel, once it actually de jure drifts something. So it's all quite interesting to see how this will actually work out. But, as I said, we have built the third temple, we have created Israel. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here and focus a little bit more on the achievement thing. And if you'd like me to continue this or start over, anything, basically just give me your thoughts on this, and we'll see what we'll do with this. Thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to comment comments, praise, criticism, anything you feel like. And I do hope to see you next time. Ooh, in my next playthrough, I guess, in this case. That sounded weird. I'm ending this, or I'm planning to end this, and I'll wish you back next time. Please follow me on my next adventure, game, whatever. I am sorry for messing up. I am sorry for making this really weird. Bye. Sorry.